All right, everybody, we appreciate you having us. We will just get started with questions. Just a reminder to use the raise your hand function, and we will get started. Ray Fittipaldo.
James, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. I know you've played center, left guard, and right guard in the NFL. As far as I can tell, it seems like you found a home at right guard last year. Is that where the Steelers want you to play? And, how are you looking at your new role here with the Steelers?
The position is still in talks. I'm not sure about what position I'll be in for sure, but I'm just excited to be here and whatever position I can do. As you said, I do have experience at all three, and so I'm comfortable playing all three. So wherever the team needs me at, that's what position I'll play.
Yeah, hi James. Were the Steelers on you pretty much from the get-go, and what kind of swayed you to sign with them?
I'm not sure if they were. I really don't know if they're on me from the get-go, but I do know my agent since Monday at noon or whatever. I do know my agent was talking to the Steelers, and the reason why I came here, I just saw there was a great opportunity. First of all, it's like a historic, great organization, one of the top organizations from when they originated to now in the NFL. So I'm just excited to be a part of this organization. And the reason why I chose here is I just saw it was a great opportunity for me to improve as a player and as a person. I'm excited to get to work.
Hey James, Mitch told us earlier that you guys met up. What is it like to be here with him, and what can you tell us about him from your point of view?
Yes, we did meet up earlier. It was great to see Mitch. Last time I saw him was when they came to Chicago for the preseason. So it was nice to see Mitch, and Mitch is a great guy, and I really think like in Chicago, I thought he would.
You guys are muted. Yep. Hold on.
Oh shoot.
We lost. Hold on. Hey, somebody else on the Zoom is unmuted. We're getting some feedback from somebody. Sorry, Jeff, if you can ask again. Sorry, James.
Sorry, James. Relationship with Mitch and what he brings.
Oh yes, Mitch is a great guy, and I really think he's this opportunity. I really feel like this is a good opportunity for him to develop as a quarterback, and I feel like his best football that he's going to play is in front of him. So I'm excited to get to work with Mitch again, and Mitch is a great QB, and I'm just excited to see him work.
Yeah, James. To continue with the Mitch theme here. You're both young guys. He's getting a new chance. He's getting a new lease on life. You're in a leadership position, I think, as a center. I think the great Duke Manyweather says you're a center. You will be the center on this team. I don't argue with him. So anyway, talk about being the young core leadership and tell us about Mitch.
Well, at first, I would say that currently right now I'm not in a leadership role. The way how I'm going to be able to get into a leadership role is first I'm going to have to earn the respect of the veterans on the team. Once I earn the respect of the veterans on the team, which I'm going to do, that's my first goal when I come in, is to earn the veterans' respect, earn the coaches' respect, Coach T's respect. Then I'll get into a leadership role. And being a leader is just one thing is like when you have like a younger player, they can always I want them to be able to look at me and say, James is always doing it right. James is working hard. James is always on time. If I need help watching film, I can ask James how to do it. So I just want to be that guy that younger players than me or even older players than me can just ask me questions and just look at me and just show that I'm always doing the right thing.
You said something about Mitch.
Yes, you said something.
Yeah, what kind of leader can he be? I mean, he probably didn't work as a young guy in Chicago. Talk to me about the evolution of his leadership.
Mitch. I think Mitch is a good leader. He's just, I mean, he gets very vocal and he's very passionate. He's very passionate about winning. And so Mitch was always the guy, like in Chicago, he was always inviting the offense over to his house on like Mondays or Tuesdays. And so like just the offense so we can get like some fellowship in and just, you know, like being when you're close with your teammates, like when you're close, not just talking about professionally, but when you're close to them as like people, I think Mitch does a really good job of that. And because of that, Mitch cares about his players, he cares about his teammates, and that's why I think which makes him a good leader.
What's so intriguing about joining such a young group of offensive linemen? I mean, even you and Mason coming in are only 25, 24 years old.
I mean, it's exciting that we can grow together. We've all played a decent amount of football, and so he can see stuff in my game that I can improve, or I can see stuff in his game that he can improve. And so it's exciting that we're all getting the opportunity to build with each other and grow with each other. And so that's very exciting.
Hey, James, anytime you Google your name, it seems to come up right now about that block you put on the Raider guy, I believe last year, Pat Perryman. Could you just walk us through that and what happened in that play and what kind of feedback you got from teammates and maybe other players about that play in general?
So earlier we were running like a lot of wide zone that game, and so earlier in the game I was doing a lot of cut blocking, and so I mean, of course, as a linebacker, if you're running side to side, of course you don't want to get cut. I mean, that's very painful. And so I'm going up to block, and like I dip my shoulders, like I did a fake cut block. And when he saw me dip my shoulders, he expected me to cut, so therefore he jumped. And then when he jumped, I caught him with my right arm. Then I picked him up and dumped him. And in the moment of the game, I really didn't understand. I think when we got put like the huddle, someone said great block. But then I didn't even realize until it happened, until like I got on the bus after the game, and one of the offensive linemen were showing me Twitter. He was like, "Dude, look at this block you had." And then I saw it, and it was pretty exciting. The best run block I've had in my career, easily.
We'll get some follow-ups in. We'll go back to Jeff Hathorn. Jeff?
James, what is your perception of Mike Tomlin? What role did he play in you coming here? And do you know much about Matt Canada?
So Coach T, I've only heard about Coach T from my agent. And I was asked, so before I signed here, I was asked my agent said, I was asking him like about Coach T, and he said had nothing but great things to say about him, and said he's a person I respect. And so then I come here this morning, and just every person I've talked to in the building just has nothing but, and I was talking to people last night on the phone, people have just had great things to say about him. So I'm excited to work with him. And I think like that statistic, like he's never had like a losing season. He's like the first coach to never have a losing season. I'm not sure in how many years, but just like out of all the great NFL coaches, for him to be the first one to do that just shows you just how great of a coach is, and like how good of a leader he is in taking this organization in the right direction.
Yeah, James, you know all about wearing black and gold. That's right at Iowa, huh?
Yes, yeah, right. Iowa.
I'm getting my same college number, so it'll be
What's right?
78. So it's gonna be pretty cool to be in the black and gold. I mean, I love my time at Iowa, so it's gonna be fun.
Position, and if you know of the tradition in Pittsburgh with the centers.
Do you know?
Actually, I do know. I don't have a favorite position, but I do know the tradition with Pittsburgh centers. So I'm excited. I mean, there's it's just not centers. I mean, there's just been so many great players that have wore these jerseys, and I'm just trying to leave the jersey in a better place.
Just to follow up on that same vein, I know you said you don't have a favorite position. I know you're still talking about where you're going to play, but as a guy going into his 5th year, do you feel like it's important to settle into one position so you can know it and grow and just, sort of dominate that rather than, moving around all the time?
Not really. I mean, I'm just trying to do what's best for the organization. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what positions I'm at, as long as I'm helping the organization win games. So that's all I'm trying to do.
Up with Mark Cavoli. Mark.
James, Warren, Ohio is about halfway between here and Cleveland, I guess. Darn close, at least. Were you a Browns fan, Steelers fan growing up?
No, I wasn't actually. I got someone asked me this earlier. I didn't really watch a lot of NFL football growing up. I was big into college. I watched a lot of college football growing up, so I wasn't really a Browns or Steelers fan back then.
All right, James, thank you. Thanks, everybody. If you guys will stay on the Zoom.